Hi everybody, I am here with little Belle and we're going to do a video today that was requested from someone on Instagram. This person is getting a kit similar to Belle. She's getting another Sheila Michael kit which is made with the same material that Belle is made with. So I have her here and I'm going to show her squishiness and her flexibility. Belle is made with LDC soft vinyl. I do not believe it has silicone in it. I'm not sure if it's a vinyl silicone. Sometimes I read that it is a vinyl silicone, and then other places I've seen it just said vinyl. But either way, it has a similar feeling to silicone, but it's tougher. It's very soft, but it's a little more, has a little more substance to it. Unlike silicone where it's just, squishy, you could like squish and your fingers can almost touch when you do that. But it's not like that. With this, the limbs are hollow, so you can put weighting in them, and same with the head. So let's start with her head here. Her neck is jointed, and it is kind of difficult to turn her head. Belle has a very heavy head, so it's a little difficult to turn it, but it can be done. You just have to be careful about it. So see, her head can turn. It can be hard too because she just has a really big head and a heavy head. She's a big girl. So sorry about the awkward angle. Sometimes hard to get her head back to the right position. And her cheeks, you can squeeze her cheeks a little bit. It's kind of how I get a pacifier to fit, but I don't do it often because I don't want paint to crack or anything like that, because she already had some paint come off on her lip here. But she has kind of flexible ears, as you can see there, and she has a squishy forehead. Her head is squishy, but it is very durable, and I really like it. So I am really a fan of this material because I don't have to worry about ripping her, unlike with a silicone where I'd be afraid that I would rip them if I was too rough with them. This is very durable, and I am not scared of ripping her at all. I actually did kind of poke her a little bit here. You can't really see it, but I did that once and I feel terrible about it. So moving down to her belly, she has a very soft belly and chest, very squishy. And the little skeleton that connects the body, you can't even feel it once there's weighting materials in there. So belly's really squishy. She's got such a squishy belly. I love her squishy belly. So now here with the arms, her arms can move, very nicely. They move like this. They're not ball jointed, so they can't move like ball jointed ones move, but they can move. And if you have gaps, don't worry, that's just the material and just the way the kit's built. And sometimes it can be hard to turn the limbs and the head, especially when you first get them, because it kind of needs to, have a little give to it. That's what Belle's artist told me. So her limbs and her head are easier to turn, but it can still be kind of difficult, so you just have to be careful with that when you're doing so. So here's one of her hands. And she, like I said, her elbows can bend pretty far back, but she has a lot of glass beads in her arms. Okay, so here's a close-up of one of her hands. I just adore her hands. I think her hands are so cute because it's kind of perfect to hold like my finger and stuff like that. I'm weird like that. But anyway, her fingers can move. They can bend backwards and forwards like this. I've never had a problem with clothing. Sometimes I've had clothes get caught on her fingers, but normally that has not been a problem. And so they can move, up and down a little bit. But her fingers are really, really flexible. And same with the other hand. The other hand's the same way. Yeah, all the fingers can move, and all of that. So I really love this material just because it's not full silicone, it's vinyl, but it is still really versatile. Like, you can put them in sleeveless stuff. Now onto her little leggies. I love her legs. They're just so chunky and they got rolls and just adorable. So once again, you know, still squishy. You can tell where glass beads are because you can feel it and you can hear it. But it's still really squishy and still like a great feel. Same with her feet. You know, her feet can bend a little bit back and forward, and her toesies can bend as well. So I really enjoy putting shoes on her, but I do have to be careful. I am going to take her diaper off now so I can show you what her legs look like against the body. So if you are offended by girly bits on a doll, stop watching right now. Okay, you gone? Alright, let's move on. So here are the joints on her legs. Similar to the arms. It's the same system. So as you can see, they are jointed a lot like the arms. They look a little more far out, probably, you know, because there is more weighting in the legs than there are in the arms. See, these gaps here is what really concerned me, and that's why I contacted Belle's artist at one point, afraid that, you know, the polyfill or glass beads was going to come out, or the limb was going to come out. But she told me not to worry about these gaps because they are sealed from the inside, so nothing is going to fall out, and they are joined by the wires in there, so you don't have to worry about that. So here's how her legs bend. The gap changes when you bend her legs, so sometimes I don't like bending her legs just because the gap looks larger. But you know, they're not gonna fall off, even though I was afraid about that. And even if you can kind of see the top of her limbs there, like under the crease here, it still isn't going to fall off. So you just have to be confident that it won't fall off, unlike me. And with diapers, the diapers do get caught in the seams here. So if you have clothes on and you're trying to bend her legs, it may be a little tough. So I just recommend taking her diaper off and bending her legs and then dressing her, if that's how you choose to do so. Alright, so that concludes our little video of Belle's flexibility and squishiness. We hope you all enjoyed seeing her, because I haven't posted her in a long time, so we just hope you enjoyed seeing her and you enjoyed this video, and we will see you all soon. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye!